Hello and welcome to 90 Minutes Fans View. I'm Jon Corr and we're here for the preview of the Premiership season. It's called Fans View because that's essentially all we are. And with me today I've got Lee Ryan, Nottingham Forest fan. How are you, Lee?
Wonderful, all the better after 2 wins from 2 games.
You were playing Donny.
Doesn't matter. You were playing Fleetwood and you got through on penalties.
It's always good to give the lower league teams a little helping hand.
John, you had your best team out and you had to play 90 minutes plus extra time plus penalties. That's going to kill you off. You ain't got the fitness yet.
Premier League preview show. Basically, we're going to just preview what we think is going to be happening in the Premier League season. Probably not actually going to happen because I got Leicester last season as sweepstake and threw them in the bin saying they were going to get relegated. So, Lee, where are we going to start? Man United?
Well, yeah, I think if we look at the strongest teams, who we all think will be strongest, there's quite a few names. It's all the normal names. Obviously, Man United, they've signed, for me, extremely well. You've got your Pogba.
Right, okay. Pogba, Lee. I've got a bit of a theory on Pogba. Okay. I think that slightly overrated, purely because whilst he was at Man United, okay, yeah, he was a very young kid, right? And then he went to Italy, but that is Italy. Very slow game. Euros, he didn't shine.
He didn't, but I think he has proven himself at international level, playing in a tough France team. They've not really performed very well, and I think he has had some cracking performances. I think Man U have made a very, very bad decision.
Quite a terrible piece of business.
Yeah, it is very poor, letting him go for next to nothing, and then signing him back for, well, there's talk of 90 million upwards.
Shocking.
It's a lot of money. Now, if you look at it, Real Madrid signed Ronaldo for 80 million, and he's definitely paid his worth, I would say.
Look at the pressure on him. He has to perform, Anthony. He's got no space. He can't do a Varane on him, can he? And just not turn up half the games.
But those players that I was just saying there, Ronaldo and Bale, have done it in a Real Madrid team where there's a few teams, but probably only 4 or 5 that are good performers in the Spanish league. Whereas you look at the Premier League and every team is strong. Even the poor teams are strong. A lot of teams do struggle in that league. I think Pogba, I do think he'll fit in really well in that team. He's going to end up being...
Where does he play, like anchor? Or does he play...
He has a bit of a floating role, if you ask me. He's a bit like a Yaya Toure kind of player. Just puts himself about, gets in the right positions. He reads the game really, really well. It's just wait and see how they do.
Ibrahimovic?
Yeah, I think he's quality. He took his goal well in the Charity Shield. I think he's proven. I genuinely don't get the feeling with him he's just gone there for the money, just for a paycheck. I think he's gone there to win things. He's linked up well with Mourinho in the past. I think Mourinho will get the best out of him. I'm not sure if he's going to play all the way through the season, maybe for the bigger games, but players like that, the top quality players, do step up in the big games. And I think when you look at Man U, they've also signed like Bailey and I always struggle to say his name, Mkhitaryan, I believe it is.
Yeah, that's correct. Well done.
He was obviously good at Dortmund. You never know with players like that. They're either going to be an absolute hit or just peter out. I do feel that Bailey is a very, very strong defender, though. He'll be good in that Man United team because that's where I think they might be the weakest in defence, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I thought that as well, actually, when I was looking at the team. But however, Mourinho, it's
the Mourinho factor.
Manchester United fans are very fickle, though, aren't they? They're always gonna throw back to the Fergie days and everything. So it is going to be a tough thing. The noisy neighbours, City.
Well, City haven't been.
Pep, though, innit?
It's Pep Guardiola. But my point about Pep Guardiola is he's always had the luxuries of the big players, the big teams. He was very, very lucky at Barcelona in terms of he got those key players.
He inherited Rijkaard, didn't he?
Yeah, he all the foundations were there. He knew the Barcelona way, stepped up, and from there he ended up going to Bayern Munich, who were top of the German league. They were strong side. He wasn't a big trophy winner there. He got the league and stuff, but they weren't winning everything. he's one of these managers that's very lucky. He's a big name, but he goes to the biggest clubs. They've just obviously signed John Stones.
What you're basically saying, it's very easy. It's very easy for a manager to go in with an open checkbook and pick who he wants to pick, isn't it? It's a different thing when they get to West Ham, and have to build a team.
Wait and see what they do. I don't think they've been anywhere near as prolific as Man U in terms of signings. They brought in obviously Nolito, but it looks like Boney's going to go. I'd like to see how many games Nolito gets, or if he's just going to be one of these that ends up on the bench a lot again, like Negredo and people like that when they used to.
Yeah, Torre, what's he going to do? Because obviously Pep didn't like him at Barca.
No. I was watching.
I'm surprised they haven't cashed in.
Yeah, he'll be on one of the biggest wages in the club as well. I was watching the Man City Arsenal friendly the other day, and Yaya Toure came on towards the end of that game. He didn't look
happy. Somebody hadn't bought him a birthday cake again.
Oh yeah, I mean he made the rod for his own back in that game, but I just think he's quite a lazy player. But
burst into life. That's what it is.
John Stones will fit in really well in that team if he's playing alongside Company. But it's how much fitness Company has.
Keep next to Di Michelis.
Oh dear.
Or Mangalan. And I can't believe we haven't mentioned them to begin with, but the champions, I can't believe I'm saying this, Leicester City.
Relegated?
Relegated.
Well, they've lost a massive player in Kante, obviously going to Chelsea. That's a great signing for Chelsea. He's took a big risk, a bit
I completely agree that, because anybody can have a cracking season, can't they? It takes a real quality player to continue it season after season after season.
Hopefully for Chelsea, it'll turn out to be along the lines of Makelele.
Claude,
big Claude. Don't get in the shower with him. But I think he could turn out to be that player. But in that Leicester team last year were absolutely fantastic.
Work rate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the work rate, and is he going to be the thing? What stood out for him is his work rate, and Leicester needed that work rate. Are Chelsea going to need that work rate when they are going to be dictating to games more than
exactly my point? Leicester, a lot of last season, they were always down on possession compared to other teams. You look at all the big games they were in, they didn't have possession, but they got the results.
They scrapped.
Yeah, they were getting 1-0 wins. They had Vardy. So you've got Kante basically running all over the pitch, winning ball back.
And Danny Drinkwater just sat there going, "Keep going, mate.
Yeah,
keep going."
Kante would run all over the pitch, play it to Drinkwater, play it to Mahrez. They'd do their thing, obviously to Vardy, and they were beating teams based upon that. Chelsea, who are going to be in possession a lot of the games, are they going to be as reliant on Kante? Don't get me wrong, they've got the quality players. If he's winning the ball back and giving it to these absolute brilliant players in and around him, it could be fantastic. But I don't think he's going to be as huge in that team as he was in the Leicester team. But yeah, Leicester, if they can keep hold of Mahrez...
Jamie Vardy's scoring again already.
Yeah, Vardy looked really good in that Charity Shield game. Everyone's thinking he was a one-season wonder.
It's obviously not.
I really don't think he will be, because he's hungry for it. He's going to want to be as good, if not better.
I think he'll be a nightmare in the Champions League, if I'm honest.
He'll get goals.
Yeah, and then we can move on to Arsenal. Same old Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they've just lost. Is it Gabriel in that friendly against? Just open yourself a can of beer, John.
That's okay.
Against Man City in that friendly, he got injured late on, and it just shows how weak they are as a
unit.
Yeah, basically now they're scrapping round for defenders. They haven't got the strength in depth of quality. They've got a big squad, but they haven't got that strength in depth, and I think they're too reliant on Giroud again. They've got Akpom and people like that coming through.
It's just Arsenal fans, it must be so boring, isn't it? It's just the same things every season.
That's
and the
thing.
Same type of player. You don't find anybody else.
They're a rich club. They reckon they're not. They're one of the richest clubs in... Well, they're not one of the richest clubs in the league. I lie. But they've got plenty of money.
Right, we're going to go on to people scrapping at the bottom of the league.
Well, first...
The three teams that have come up. Three teams that are coming up.
First team I look at to get relegated this season is Hull. They have had an absolute embarrassing pre-season. It's been shocking.
Manager's gone.
Curtis Davis. decided to take a team photo just to show how many players were in the squad. There was 9 players in the team photo. That was their first team squad with their injuries and whatever. That was all there was training in this. It's just...
And as well, I don't know whether you managed to see Al Mohammedi's dive.
I haven't seen that.
Jesus wept on the cross. Let me tell you, it's worse than, when Ronaldo got hit in the he didn't. He got hit in the leg with the ball, didn't he?
Yeah.
And held his face. Worse.
What about? Is it worse than Adrian at Leeds?
Yeah, I actually think it could well be.
Did he do little flips as well, like Adrian?
Worse. I'm telling you, it's worse. You need to see it. We'll put it on the Facebook page or Twitter page or whatever. Burnley. It's Burnley. Now you see, I just think Burnley's season is going to be the same. Do you know what?
It's the same old.
They're all West Brom, aren't they?
They are.
Up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all.
West Brom have just stayed. They've managed to get to that level. I don't think Burnley are ready at that level yet. Like,
I was watching Sky Sports News.
Team.
I watched Sky Sports News and I saw the players that they've signed, and I'm like, these are all very, very average Championship players.
Yeah, these will end up winning leagues.
Yeah. Who else we got? I think Swansea are in trouble. And I think Swansea are in trouble because they had a poor end to last season.
Emnes has gone, hasn't he?
Emnes has gone. They've not again. I saw they've signed some guy from the Spanish league.
And Ashley Williams has gone.
Ashley Williams is now gone, and I just think they've lost a lot of players. I think if they were poor last season towards the end, I think that can continue, and I think they'll find themselves in trouble by Christmas. I know we've missed out quite a few other football clubs. You've got your West Hams.
I think Everton will be very good this year. Yeah, I really do. I think they'll be underdogs. You watch them. People aren't really talking about them.
Yeah. Because Lee, can I just say, this seems to think that he can pick the winners from anything, right? So, Lee, who's going to win the league? Top 4 from first. From fourth.
From 4-4. Well, Arsenal. Arsenal. I think Arsenal. Do you know what? I genuinely think this is tougher than last season. But I'm going to go Arsenal 4th, City 3rd.
Yeah.
Chelsea 2nd, and Mourinho to pip his old team into 1st.
Oh, really?
So Arsenal 4th, Man City 3rd. Chelsea 2nd, Man U 1st.
You see, I let me out rule my head. And
Leeds aren't going to win.
And I don't want Man United anywhere near that top.
No.
Okay, relegation. Who's going down?
Hull.
Yeah.
Definitely, I reckon.
Yeah. Are they going to do like what Sunderland did to get the worst points record ever?
No, not Derby.
Derby did that, yeah.
I remember that, mate. Don't you worry. Hull, I believe. Burnley, I think it's just too tough a league for them this year. And I'm going to go with Swansea, same as you. I'd say that's your bottom 3.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantasy football team. A fantasy football league.
Not a team. I've got a team that's going to win it, John.
We have a fantasy football league, and it's 90 minutes with the code of...
It's called 90 minutes.
It's called 90 minutes. With the code of 8250280, and that's on the free Sky Fantasy Football app. So chuck your teams in.
We'd like to go against you because
we like to think we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, clear, we don't.
We probably don't. And I don't know. We'll find a prize for whoever wins it.
We'll definitely dig a decent prize out. We'll let people know on Facebook.
I tell you, we could go all out and see if we could get FA Cup final tickets. There you go.
No, he's done it now. It's coming out of your pocket, John.
We're going to go for FA Cup final tickets at a push. We've also got the Super 6, which you can pit yourself against us, which is also another 90 minutes, and that's another Sky Sports app. And like I said, it's 90 minutes. It's L3FB44, which is the code, and try and beat us every week. We'll probably get a little prize for somebody who does that.
Well, that's a league again, so
that's
we can find something for the end of the season.
For them. Probably not
no one will beat me on that.
Probably not Champions League tickets. We'll not get that far.
You've made a right rod for your back.
I know. Join us next time when it will be the review of this weekend's football, and we'll show how wrong we've been.
And we'll tap into Championship as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye.